During this semester break, I decided to bring my best friends to my hometown, which is at Sabah. Keningau to be specific. We also went to Kundasang, and this is our first time traveling together, actually to another state. And yes, this is me, excited over the trip because it almost been 6 years since I went to Sabah, and I'm dying to see my mom's family. Ya, saya nak interview. Oh, kena tanya soalan lah. Oh.
Interview. Tak ada single je.
Oh, tak. Oh. Apa password bank? Password bank. We arrived at Kota Kinabalu during noon, and the first place that we went is a restaurant because we freaking hungry, and we actually hired a tour guide. So the tour guide suggested this restaurant. The food is good for me at least, but my friend had something to complain. Ya, itulah. After that, we heading to Tamparuli. Tamparuli and Kota Kinabalu is quite distance, to be honest. Everything is upside down here, even the garden and even the house. It's good for taking pictures. Okay, Wani masuk. Tolong, rumah terbalik. Cepat naik. Tolong, rumah terbalik. We went to Jambatan Tamparuli. I am afraid of heights, so this is actually a bad place for me, but I thought I'm going to challenge myself, but it clearly was a mistake. But at least I can see the Sumazau dance, and also I could hear to the kulintangan. It was such a vibe. Ya Allah.
Apa ni? Lompat.
Janganlah.
Lompat satu lah.
Despite being far from the ground, Jambatan Tamparuli also swinging. That's not exactly the best combination if you have acrophobia. I was ready to call my parents for, to say my last speeches. But apparently I do not die. I actually survived that day. Other than being dangerously swinging, Jambatan Tamparuli also has tragic story behind it. A girl, a virgin, was unalive and buried under the bridge. Not the swinging bridge, but that bridge. There's nothing to sugarcoat actually. A girl was literally unalive by people in the past just because they thought it's going to make the bridge sturdy. Pekanbaru is our next destination. The journey from Tamparuli to Pekanbaru is quite long, but the view of Gunung Kinabalu from Pekanbaru is quite mesmerizing. You see, at that day there's not much cloud blocking the view, so it is our lucky day to see the whole Mount Kinabalu. Mana boleh sini?
Tak nak.
Cantiknya. Ish, tepilah. Cantiknya.
Oh. Ya, betul. Okey, boleh dia.
Wani sayap.
Mana?
Oh, ni.
Pergi mana? Sekarang free ni.
We're staying at Kampung Masilau for a night, and I need to remind you that Kampung Masilau is extremely cold. If you want to go there, please bring thick jacket or extra blankets. And at night, we eat here at H. Benjamin Residence. The food is delicious. I thought it's going to be pricey because the place seems to be a bit fancy, but it's quite affordable to eat here. It was 11 p.m. We went outside, we having a little conversation with each other, we laughed and all. But the thing is, it was extremely cold. That kind of coldness you felt to the bone. We were shivering even though we wear thick clothes, even though we wear sweater. It was cold. But I guess it's quite interesting, it's quite exciting because we always experience humid or hot at our state.
Saya Palui.
Saya Palui.
Sebut.
Aku tak nak cakap.
Sebutlah.
Saya baik.
Saya Palui.
Saya Palui. Kau punya betul je ni. Saya Palui.
Saya Palui.
Tak nak saya bodoh.
Cakap.
Cantik.
Saya Palui. Michelle kau tahu?
Tadi kamu cakap dah.
Oh, sorry lah.
Tak, dia cakap bodoh tadi. Oh, kau memperbodohkan kami.
This is our second day at Sabah, also our last day at Kundasang. We want to record the sunrise, but apparently I forgot that at Sabah, the sunrise is quite early compared to at Semenanjung, so we do not record that part.
Cantik.
Weh, marah kau cakap S. Banyak aku S ni. Sebab tu lah banyak.
Itulah ramai tu. Ada berapa? Dah. Kita orang sekarang kat ladang lembu.
Ni lembunya.
Tadi dia tunduk. Dia malu.
Okey, 1, 2, 3.
Ini sandakan prisoner of walking.
British.
Muka aku lagi.
Meriga.
Sandakan
British. Dah habis. Cukup.
Kau
Kamu dah rakam belum ni? Dah. Okey. Sikit-sikit dah lah. Dah lama sampai nak. Tahu lah. Rasanya tak lama lagi ni masuk hospital. Panas. Oh. Jalan cepat.
I'm from British and I actually eat salad
Like
instead of ulam. Yes.
tak dia berkualiti.
Tahu. Di sinilah
Tempat
nenek
lahirnya.
moyang kita
Aha.
mempertak saya tipu.
Kenapa awak tipu?
Gocah.
Anda kena prank.
Nureng.
Tiba.
Tak payah nak jaga kulit sangat lah.
Bukan je kulit.
Biasa jaga apa? Jaga kulit lah tu.
10 minit lagi ha.
This road is quite dangerous, even the local is not really a fan of it. So if you want to go Keningau, you need to take an experienced driver in order to be safe. And then we arrive at Keningau during the night. It is almost night. My auntie picked us up, but I do not record that part. I was overwhelmed and a little bit of crying. And yeah, we spent the rest of the trip at my grandparents' house. We don't go a lot of places in Keningau because we only stay there for 6 days. But I got to introduce my best friends to my family, and then I got to see my grandparents, my cousins, my aunties, my uncles, and that is just what matters to me. I don't actually care about anything else. It's about them at that point. And when I was there, I just noticed that the sky at Sabah is just beautiful. We went to Miwa Resort. My uncle brought us to that place. My uncle is that guy in this video, and you can see entire Keningau from here. Other than that, I also ordered a milkshake, and I dream about that milkshake. I shouldn't say that, but It just to show that it was delicious.
Nih, banyak kucing.
Jantan.
If you're wondering what is happening here, is it a birthday? Is it a wedding? No, it is not. It is actually upacara buang pantang. It is a Murut culture, not just Murut. Dusun and Kundasang also has similar ceremony like this. The thing is, someone died from our family last year, and this is the 100 days of that person passed away. So after 100 days, we need to do ceremony, upacara buang pantang. And this is what it's all about. We invite people to drink tapai, we invite people to dance, and we sing, we play music, and that is just how the culture works. It might sound peculiar for some people, but this is the culture that I grew up with, and I am grateful that I could bring my friends to see my culture, and I could also, embrace my culture a little bit more.
Panas gila, Kak.
Kenapa?
You see that brown thing over there? That actually contain tapai. If your Sabahan friends invite you to drink tapai, just know that you have the possibility to get drunk. And if you drink that, you automatically becoming a dancer. I'm sorry if I'm not going to say sorry because it's not even on my control. You see my videos, most of my videos are shaky. That is because I have problem with my hands. I have tremor, and because of that, I just want to clarify. If you ever want to comment about that, please don't. I cannot control that. I cannot control my hands. And also, the sky looks so beautiful. You see? Almost like Van Gogh painted it. Me and my cousins have this obsession to, sit at the back of a pickup truck. Even as a kid, I was excited to do things like this. I'm not sure why we get excited over it so much. Is it when people staring at us when we stop at traffic lights? Or is it the wind that causes the fear of my hijab flew off? Not really that either. I do not know what it is, but it just seemed fun. It's just something that I thought I would not enjoy it as an adult. Probably because this is a family thing. This is remind me of my childhood. And it also something that enjoyed by my friends. As you can see them struggling with their hijab, but then again, it's worth it. When people talk about Sabah, they think about seafood paradise. Well, the thing is, at Keningau, you will not see any ocean here. So, stop telling me to bring home lobster or oyster. Stop telling me to bring home seafood because there is no ocean here. If you want those things, you should go to Semporna or Tawau. There will be a lot of seafood there. In this video, we were cooking telinga tikus. I know the name is a bit, weird. And you kind of imagine a rat when you mention telinga tikus. But surprisingly, the telinga tikus is quite tasty. It is a type of mushroom actually. This is an attempt of us making ambuyat, ambuyat lumpia. Is it a disaster? Yes, it is a disaster. But do we eat it? Yes, we eat it because we do not waste things in this house. And then if you are a Sabahan and you're trying to make fun of me for making a failed ambuyat, please do make fun of me because I actually deserve it. And yeah, but my friend actually enjoyed it. The ambuyat clearly was not looking good. It was uncooked. It's supposed to be transparent, but as you can see, it is not transparent. The thing is, I do not ask my grandmother how to cook it. Instead, I went to YouTube and then fell miserably. Normalize asking questions to your grandma instead of watching YouTube. This is Nat and Nurin. They say that they like ambuyat and they also eat tuhau. Amazing, right? I asked them about the cooking. Is it good, my cooking? But then they reply with, yeah, delicious. I think they might lie a little bit because they might afraid of me kicking them out from my grandparents' house, but I appreciate the compliment. This is another family thing. We like barbecue. If there's any slightest excuse to make barbecue, we will make barbecue. If you're wondering why my friend here eating noodles with spoon, it is not because she's weird. It is because most of restaurant at Keningau only give chopstick and spoon. So she do not know how to use chopstick, so she used spoon instead. After spending 6 days at my grandparents' house, we finally went back to Semenanjung. I definitely left my hometown with a heavy heart, but that is okay because this is a place that I call home, and no matter where I go, I will always come back.